Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Elizabeth Zamora. I am a medical intuitive, a pain specialist, and a nutritionist. I combine these modalities to help people heal chronic pain without medications. Did you know that you start losing bone density before 30 years old? You start losing muscle at the age of 25. And by the age of 30, the bone density is a little lower than when it was when you were 25 years old. Okay? Some of these symptoms are, I'm gonna tell you the symptoms. If you feel tired, okay, one of the biggest one is being tired, not having energy, not having energy to either physical or mental, okay? Lack of focus, like when you want to remember things and you can't, you get forgetful. Okay. um you also get a little bit of depression. So these are one of some of the symptoms that we experience when we start losing muscle. Okay. Losing muscle is a physiological reaction of the human being. Okay. We start after that age, we start moving less and working more. All these habits that start carrying away and bringing new ones, especially the new ones at that age aren't the best. So at that age also intensifies who we are going to be 10 years later. Okay? So I'm gonna give you some tools for you to reverse the muscle loss, which is going to be the responsible for the bone density. Okay, so if you want more information, please click down below and type nutrition guide. I will send you the link for that, for everything that we're going to be talking. It's not going to be in depth, but it's going to be the essential for you to start feeling better. Okay, or to start reversing the muscle loss for you to get the bone density in place. So the first one, and I have my notes in here so I don't forget any of them, is basically giving you 3 tips. All right, this is the most important, and the biggest one is nutrition. When it comes to nutrition, it's a big, wide element. It's not just what you eat. Okay, when you eat matters. What you eat when you eat it matters. It's not the same eating breakfast for dinner, for instance, or it's not the same eating dinner for breakfast or lunch for breakfast. That is actually cool. But lunch for dinner, it will be too heavy. If you have a great lunch, if it's a good lunch, it will be too much for dinner. So those are the difference between when it comes to nutrition. Also supplements. If you don't know what are you lacking of, the best way is to know what you are lacking of for you to supply yourself with the nutrients your body needs. So the basic is water. Why water? Water is the river of your blood flow in your entire body. So when the blood doesn't have blood flow, when it doesn't flow, when you don't have water in your system, you are dehydrated. So the blood gets very dense. That causes pain. Okay? So the pain is gonna be all over the body. Usually it's going to be in the most places that you are having or you had injuries in the past. Okay? So the basic is water. If you're not drinking water, you have to start drinking water. The blood is the carrier of the nutrients that the muscle and the whole entire system is going to absorb. So if the blood doesn't carry because it can't, it needs to flow. So water helps the blood flow. That's simple. So by doing so, you help the bone and the joints to be more movable. You can actually move better when you have lubrication from the water into the system. Okay, that's one. If you're having cramps, that's actually lack of water. Okay, some people think like they drink a lot of water by drinking 2 or 3 glasses. Um, it depends on the environment and the activities that you do. So I recommend at least 8 big glasses of water. If you're not drinking water, start with slow incrementing your portion of water. So that will be number one, okay? Water. So when I say water, that's minerals, all right? That's part of your nutrition. So eating breakfast, um, I put in here, I do not recommend supplements if you don't know your deficiencies. Um, Breakfast is important for the muscle to preserve itself. Um, when we get out, we release hormones, and these hormones are hungry. Okay, so when we eat, we supply these hormones, and we avoid muscle loss, therefore bone density loss. Okay, so breakfast is very important. Um, Multivitamins, that will be something like some everybody should do at this point. Food is not enough. We eat, even if it's organic, if it's the best food, but now at least we don't absorb as much as of those nutrients as we used to when we were before, like 50 years before. I wasn't even born by then, but um, yeah, it's actually it's the crops of. I don't want to go into this, but it's actually talking about the supplements. It will be multivitamins, probiotics, omegas, digestive enzymes, and water. Water is very important. Again, okay, I impose water a lot because I don't drink water enough. And when I don't, I actually feel stiff. So I feel the difference when I don't. And I force myself to drink water because I know the benefit that my body's gonna get with the little or too much I get. Okay. So that is some of the supplements, talking about supplements. Now, when we talk about food, breakfast, it will be the first tip from me. I'm a big fan of eating breakfast, especially as soon as you get out, because that's when the body's awake. Okay, when you are awake again, your hormones, you develop, you release muscle growth in the morning, I'm sorry, at night. So in the morning, it shuts down. And if you don't eat in the morning, that muscle growth is not going to be fed. Okay, it's going to actually shut down. So for someone who has low bone density, it's very important to eat breakfast. Okay, so breakfast, add more fruits and vegetables. That's very important. Have at least lunch and dinner. If you eat once or twice a day, it's very important that you add those two meals, and if you can, also some snacks in between. So when I'm talking about snacks, I'm talking about really small snacks. It can be a fruit, a piece of nuts, if you can digest them, anything that actually you can eat that is really small. So the major meals will be breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay, and that will help your system to come back and your to come back together. Okay, from the inside out. If you want more information about the nutrition, please down down the comments, you can actually write down nutrition guide and I will take care of you. Okay? It will be a lot more explicit and the way it's going to be explained and how everything is done step by step. My second tip is sleeping patterns. Okay? So as adults, we tend to sleep after 10, which is actually what I said before. Um, Around 6, 7 p.m. after dinner, actually before dinner, we start releasing muscle growth, okay, among other hormones, melatonin, for makes you relax. So these hormones are also hungry through the night. Okay, so it's very important that you have dinner. All right. So this muscle growth hormone is going to be stimulated by the sleep. The circadian rhythm is the clock of your brain. So it tells you when to get up. It tells you when to wake up. I'm sorry, wake up and to go to sleep. Okay. So when there's a when we start not sleeping at night at the time that we're supposed to, the circadian rhythm start getting out of whack and interferes in our systems, all of them. Nervous system, your parasympathetic system, your all the systems in your head has to do with your nerve system. It's gonna be altered. It's gonna be unfunctional. Okay, so sleeping is very important to relax your nerves, and therefore you're going to be relaxing your muscles. So the muscle it needs to be relaxed, all right, to maintain the metabolic reaction that happens at night. And it's very important to sleep. Then you realize that when you get up in the morning and if you feel tired, I say, why am I feeling tired if I was actually sleeping? But that's the answer. Your body didn't recover because it didn't have probably the nutrients or maybe the time to recover. And it actually needs the time to recover between 7 to 8 hours. All right. Some people recover in 6 hours. Sometimes I sleep 6 hours and I'm awake within 6 hours, depending on what I did before. Okay. So basically that's the other tip. My other tip will be exercising. If you never exercised before, don't start with exercising. The first thing you need to do is your nutrition. So exercising, yes, you can exercise to increase the muscle mass, to increase the bone density, but it's not necessary at this point. At this point, it's basically restore all the nutrients that the bone has lost. So to restore that, it has to be purely nutrition. Nutrition, water, vitamins and minerals, Okay, so your body absorbs from inside out the benefit of the nutrients. So once you start feeling better, because you're probably gonna be in pain, you start exercising. And you start exercising by walking, doing mild movements. Okay? You can go from 0 to 100. You can't do that. So it's basically you start partial day by day, walking certain distance, and your body is going to go and it's going into place little by little. Okay? So that is actually my tips for bone density to increase your bone density within no time. Within 6 months, you're gonna feel great just by doing these little tips. Again, if you want the nutrition guide, please down below make a comment on the comment. Please subscribe to my channel if you feel that is interesting to you. I'm going to be talking about everything that has to do with pain, bone density, muscle loss, weight loss. Every Wednesday is going to be a new video. Okay? Thank you so much and you have a great day. Bye now.